before she was gracing red carpets and headlining hit shows, Ayo Edebiri was captivating comedy club crowds with her razor-sharp wit. The Boston native started with stand-up gigs and podcast appearances that quickly gained her a cult following. Her ability to blend deadpan humor with heart made her a standout voice in a crowded industry. By the time she joined The Bear, critics and fans alike knew she was the real deal. But what's most impressive? Ayo isn't chasing fame, she's chasing honesty in every role she takes. Even in the early days, people knew she had something special. She's not just talented, she's transformative. You don't just notice Ayo Edebiri in a show, you remember her. Whether she's delivering a biting one-liner or quietly breaking your heart, her range is undeniable. What's her secret? Preparation, empathy, and a little chaos. Co-stars often say she brings unexpected energy to the set, forcing everyone to stay on their toes. But it's never for show. Ayo brings her full self to every performance, and that's why audiences connect with her on such a deep level. She doesn't dominate scenes, she elevates them. Every role becomes unforgettable once Ayo steps in. Ayo's rise didn't happen in a vacuum. It was fueled by creative friendships. One of the most pivotal, her collaboration with Rachel Sennett. The two met doing comedy and clicked instantly, eventually co-creating the web series Ayo and Rachel, Our Single. That chemistry translated into bigger projects and opened doors neither could have imagined. Ayo once joked that they're two weirdos who just kept saying yes, but their mutual support is proof that women in comedy thrive when they lift each other up. Together, they're a force that blends wit with weirdness in the best way possible. Hollywood took notice, and fast. Ayo Edebiri doesn't follow trends, she reinvents them. On carpets and in interviews, she blends bold prints, vintage silhouettes, and androgynous tailoring with ease. It's not about looking perfect, it's about expressing herself. In a sea of stylists and labels, Ayo's red carpet looks often reflect her comedic edge and indie roots. Fashion insiders love her unpredictability, and she's quickly becoming a favorite for designers who crave authenticity over hype. She's redefining red carpet cool with every appearance, and honestly, she makes it all look effortless. Many fans don't realize that before she was a full-time actor, Ayo was already leaving her mark behind the scenes. She wrote for Big Mouth, What We Do in the Shadows, and even Dickinson. Her ability to craft sharp, weird, and emotionally intelligent dialogue gave her a unique edge when she stepped in front of the camera. That dual skill set makes her rare and invaluable in an industry always looking for the next big multi-hyphenate. She doesn't just perform great lines, she writes them too. That's the power of someone who truly understands story. While The Bear was packed with powerhouse performances, it was Ayo's portrayal of Sydney that had viewers talking. Her quiet confidence, frustration, and ambition felt real and deeply relatable. Behind the scenes, she immersed herself in culinary culture to prepare for the role. From knife skills to kitchen dynamics, she took it seriously. The result? A character that's both tender and tough, and a performance that earned her major award buzz. Sydney wasn't just a role, it was a breakout, and Ayo made sure it hit every emotional note. Whether she's on TikTok, Twitter, or a podcast, Ayo Edebiri's voice is magnetic. She balances absurd humor with real-world observations, making her a millennial icon without trying to be one. From chaotic interviews to perfectly awkward jokes, she knows how to go viral without selling out. Fans love her because she feels like the funniest person in the group chat, the one who always knows exactly what to say but never takes herself too seriously. She's relatable, hilarious, and sharp, an internet gem who still feels grounded. That's a rare combo in this age. With projects lining up and her fan base growing daily, Ayo Edebiri is officially having a moment, but she's not slowing down. From animated voice roles to directing ambitions, she's branching out on her own terms. In interviews, she's hinted at writing a feature and maybe even returning to the stage. Whatever she does next, one thing's for sure. Ayo isn't here to just participate in Hollywood. She's here to reshape it, one smart, hilarious role at a time. Her journey is just beginning, and we're lucky enough to be watching it unfold in real time. Some actors get lucky with a great role. Keery defined one. His portrayal of Steve Harrington in Stranger Things turned a high school bully into one of the most beloved characters on TV. Fans didn't expect to care about Steve, but Joe made sure they did. His evolution from arrogant teen to brave, bat-swinging protector was as heartwarming as it was unexpected. The show may have been about supernatural horrors, but Joe's grounded, charming performance added soul. Suddenly, he was more than just the guy with the hair. He was the emotional backbone of the group. Even creators admitted Steve was supposed to be disposable until Joe gave him depth. That's the mark of a breakout star, when the script changes because of you. Few actors have inspired as many GIFs, memes, and hilarious edits as Joe Keery. Whether he's giving sarcastic looks in interviews, awkwardly dodging questions, or reacting to fan theories with genuine disbelief, the internet eats it up. He doesn't try to be relatable, he just is. That offbeat energy paired with his lovable chaos makes him the perfect blend of cool and goofy. Fans repost his TikTok edits, remix his interviews, and quote his random comments like gospel. He's not building a brand, he's just being Joe. And in an age of polished personas, his authenticity is the real viral formula. It might sound silly, but Joe Keery's hair has been a headline for years. When Stranger Things dropped, fans were instantly obsessed with Steve Harrington's voluminous locks. It became his signature, a windswept 80s-inspired crown that spawned tutorials, memes, and literal fan pages. But Joe never let it define him. When he chopped it off in 2019, the internet went into mourning. Social media spiraled, headlines screamed. But Joe, he didn't flinch. He knew that what really mattered was what was under the hair, and his talent proved he was much more than a look. While most fans discovered Joe Keery through Netflix, he was already making waves in music. Performing under the name Joe, his sound dives into psychedelic, synth-heavy territory, a complete contrast to the Hawkins, Indiana vibes. His albums 2020 and Decide feel like a mind trip through retro soundscapes and existential lyrics. Surprisingly, his voice is soulful, smooth, and layered with emotion. He's not an actor trying to do music, he's a musician with a genuine vision. On stage, he's unrecognizable from his TV persona. That's the beauty of Joe Keery. He disappears into every role, including his own art. Joe Keery could have coasted on Steve Harrington's charm forever, but he didn't. After Stranger Things, he pivoted into weirder, riskier roles. In Spree, he plays a rideshare driver obsessed with internet fame, disturbing, delusional, and totally opposite of Steve. In Free Guy, he leaned into comedy, delivering a meta performance full of irony. He's shown he's not just capable, he's fearless. Each new role peels back another layer, proving he's an actor who refuses to be boxed in. That's the kind of range that builds a career, not just a moment. Fashion critics can't pin Joe Keery down, and that's exactly the point. On red carpets, he doesn't play it safe. Think wide-leg pants, neon prints, retro cuts, and even mullets with tuxedos. There's an energy to his style, experimental, vintage, and slightly chaotic. But it works. Why? Because he wears it with confidence. Joe doesn't dress to impress, he dresses to express. Whether he's at a film premiere or performing on stage as Joe, his clothes reflect who he is, unpredictable, bold, and one of a kind. In a world where celebrities share everything, Joe Keery is refreshingly private. He's been quietly dating actress Micah Monroe for years, and they rarely step into the spotlight as a couple. He doesn't flaunt vacations or tweet hot takes. Instead, he focuses on craft, acting, music, and creative growth. He said in interviews that fame can feel strange, and he prefers to keep part of himself untouched by the chaos. In an industry full of noise, Joe chooses silence. And in that quiet, he's built something rare, a career with mystery and meaning. With Stranger Things nearing its final season, Joe Keery stands at a crossroads, and fans are watching closely. He's hinted at stepping behind the camera, exploring directing and writing. Meanwhile, Joe continues to grow, playing music festivals and earning critical praise. Hollywood is calling, but he's answering on his own terms. Whether it's indie films, experimental soundtracks, or full-on reinvention, one thing is clear. Joe's not fading into typecasting. He's evolving, and that evolution is something worth watching. The next chapter might not be what we expect, but with Joe Keery, that's the point.